Hi, welcome to my English 1010 presentation about things I learned this semester in English 1010. The first one I learned is that it is essential to write first and final drafts of anything you write. Before this class, I always wanted to just go with my first draft as my final draft, and I realized that is not a good idea all the time. This class helped me get over my fear of writing first drafts. Maybe it's not really a fear, it's just I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to put in the extra work to do it. I knew there was a reason for writing first drafts, but I didn't know exactly how to do it. And if you really had to do it. And this class taught me that you do. It is essential to write first drafts, because it helps you expand on what you are thinking and ups your word count. So that's a nice bonus. Another thing I learned that was helpful is that there is a writing center, and they're pretty useful. They can give you some useful tips. The smallest useful tip they gave me was to expand contractions, like I'm and isn't and wasn't, just expanding them and making them into was and was not. And that ups your word count, which it's pretty nice when you're lacking words. They also taught me that it is beneficial to have someone else look at your writing. Whether you have somebody else read it to you or you print it out and read it to yourself, it helps you find all the things you've missed and any holes in your writing. And that's pretty helpful. Another thing that the Writing Center and this class, definitely this class, taught me was how to properly cite sources by hand. Before this, I did what everybody else does and used the internet, which it turned out pretty well, but I feel like that's something you need to learn, is how to cite sources by hand, so that was helpful. And the paper that I used to cite sources the most was the research paper I did. And I did as a profile on Anne Lowe. Anne Lowe was a designer in the 1950s. And that was the paper I cited the most sources on. And another helpful thing that I learned in this class was to just write something, anything, the first day you get an assignment, and days after that too. By writing something, you keep remembering the process, and I kept adding to it, and it helped. Even if they were just little notes or little facts that I already knew about the topic, or a paragraph here or there, eventually it all added up, and I was able to turn out something that was really put together and was actually in a semblance of a paper. And another thing is, write the due date down. I learned that due dates come up a lot faster than you're expecting, so if you write it down somewhere, or even set an alarm on your phone. That's what I did, and it worked out pretty well, because I would have a tendency to forget assignments, or get really close to forgetting, like the day of going, oh crap, I've got this huge assignment to do, and end up totally forgetting it. So just writing something down and writing when it's due really helped me, and this class taught me how to do that and not totally miss assignments. Whoops, not really the end. Sorry. Another thing this class taught me was moves. The moves in the book were, some of them were okay, but some of them were helpful in that I was realizing that I already knew how to do them. I had already been doing them, and I guess that those moves are things that I should keep doing, that they are helpful to the writing process. One of the main moves that I do is brainstorming. I just write things down on a regular basis. Just keep writing ideas down. And the last one is techniques. This class taught me that there are many approaches to writing and all are helpful and all help you get somewhere. So, the end.